The Tight Five.
5 separate sporting topics, roughly a minute or so on each. And when the bell dings like that, we move on to the next topic. Pitch Invader. Do you believe it was a stunt, Lachlan, or just an amazing coincidence that the person did it in front of the cameras in the last few minutes of the next game? 18,000 crowd there at Eden Park. If the Auckland FC team can pick up 10,000 regulars at a game, they'll be doing excellent. I reckon that's the target. Will the Crusaders make the top 4, Lachlan? Will the Warriors make the top 4, Lachlan? VAR, 7 minutes at the end of the West Ham versus Villa Premier League game this morning. No decision after 7 minutes of looking at the pictures. Is that reason enough to actually exit VAR completely? Red card for a shirt off for Ahmed, the United player. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Let's start with Nakora. That was a absolute red card. If that's not a red card in rugby league, then the sport is run by morons. Because look at the class action going on in England at the moment with the rugby players.
Yeah,
we were talking about this morning. Lachlan said, but league's not global. Mate, it's just going to take a couple of smarty pants law firms from inner city Sydney who go and approach a few of these guys with dementia or their families, and there are plenty of them and plenty here in New Zealand. We'll talk about this with TK after 3 o'clock, and just go pro bono. We'll take your case because they're going to win it. Because that there is case closed. You cannot tackle no arm shoulder like that. You cannot do it in these sports.
Yeah, but see, that would fly if he's not punished. But he's going to be punished.
They've got to root it out of the game. They've got to get the players out of the mindset that they think that's a legit way of tackling. It's not.
No, but it's not, and that's why he was sent from the field. He was Simba, and he's going to get probably 3, 4, maybe even 5 weeks suspension.
Why was he allowed back on?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's the one part of it that I could see that they might make an adjustment to that, because that is direct forceful contact to the head by his shoulder.
I thought the no arms tackle's been outlawed for years, hasn't it?
Yeah, but it's never been. It's not a red card offence.
Yeah, well, this is what the NRL are going to do.
It will become that, but that there, I don't know if that would fly as an example for lawyers to say, oh, there you go, give us your money. You're not protecting the players. That's
what they're doing as far as rugby. They highlight all of these incidents and they go, you are not doing enough to protect the players. It also started a lot earlier in rugby. But we both agree. They've no place in the game, do they? No place at all in the game. All right.
But it doesn't anyway. That's the thing. Like, he was sent from the field.
Pitch Invader. Was it a stunt?
I don't care. I really don't care. This is a story that the media is really going nuts about. Right. I'll be honest. I don't give a toss. I'd love it if it was. I really would. And I'd like.
Was it dumb PR stunt?
I tell you what. It actually, if it is, see, I do care about it a bit. If it is actually Auckland FC owners getting a fan and giving him a jersey and telling him to do this, and then paying the fine, maybe giving him a bit more money on top of that, I'd love that, because that means that there's kind of some balls to do with our sports teams. It's a storyline you wouldn't expect New Zealand to do.
Yeah, but with all the dickheads who invade the pitch, though, and they do it at the Warriors games and all of that, do you really want to encourage this kind of stuff?
No, not at all.
Okay, let's track back, and if you look up the interweb, you will see a couple of so-called pitch invaders. I think it was a Wallabies versus All Black game years ago, and they had Vodafone painted on themselves with the perfect logo and everything else, and they just happened to be streakers. And it was clearly a stunt when Vodafone launched here in New Zealand to try and gain some publicity.
When they launched, how many years ago was this?
20-something years ago, mate. Yeah, so I just think it's rubbish as well.
That one was a bit more obvious than this one.
It's rubbish as well. If it's a stunt, it's a rubbish stunt. You've got better ways of highlighting and promoting your team than getting somebody on the field.
What's it done?
Keep off the bloody field, mate.
Well, what's it done,
That's for the players.
Well, what's it done, though? It's got people talking about it.
Well, so what? I mean,
that's kind of like, think about it. The A-League is a league that is
Tell you what, the kid has been banned for 2 years from Eden Park now, right?
Well, good on him.
So I hope you got a big fat bar tab if it was a publicity
stunt. I hate streaking, and I hate the way that
I hate people getting on the field.
Well, it's not streaking because he didn't get nude.
Now he's invading the pitch.
Yeah, but I hate it, and I hate the way that it's almost glamorized, and to an extent by some of the I sound like a bit of a left-leaning politician here, but the masculine sort of shock jock type side of media, like they like this kind of stuff and they tend to promote it. Like, it's something that the ACC would buy into and enjoy.
Yes, well, exactly. Exactly, mate. Well, I think that's, let's end the conversation.
No. Just quickly, because just give me. All I'm going to say with the A-League, the A-League's never really done that well in New Zealand in terms of supporting. And right now you've got a team that's doing well and you've got another team that's starting up in the biggest city and they're trying to start some sort of a rivalry. And this is probably helping.
That. Well, it's not really. I think it's a dickhead move.
But it's got people talking about it.
Yeah, well, so what if it's got people talking about it?
But that's all that matters.
It's
like saying you don't like a company's product, but if they're making a profit, you can't deny it.
No, it's all publicity. It's good, but not in this case. I think paying somebody, if it's a stunt, paying somebody to get on the field is rubbish, is what it is.
No, regardless, it's got people talking, I think.
Are the Crusaders going to make the top 4?
No, not the top 4, not at all.
Are the Warriors going to make the top 4?
No, not at all. Clip that, bring it back. Warriors aren't making the top 4. You can't throw a game away like that after playing one half of footy the previous week and falling asleep in the second half and sit there and expect. Like, here's the thing. So we said this at the end of last year and the lead up to this year. We said the Warriors absolutely have the tools to be a top 4 side and contend for the premiership. But there are so many teams who missed out on the 8 last year, for example, who will have the tools to make a run for the 8. We're already seeing one of those look really good in the Manly Sea Eagles.
Yes.
Actually, 2 of those if you count the Cowboys.
I was going to say the Cowboys as well.
And I think Parramatta have looked half decent in the first couple of games. Much better than the Warriors, right?
And you've seen South, the Knights and the Warriors are all 0-2.
Yeah.
3 go up, 3 go down.
Exactly. But also throw into the mix that the Sharks are 2-0.
Yeah, they look pretty good.
The Raiders are 2-0, and they're top of the table. You've still got the Panthers and the Broncos who are 1-1 in the grand finals from last year. Melbourne are 2-0. This is the thing about the NRL Telstra Premiership. It is such a tight competition.
Okay.
You cannot fall asleep any week.
I'm going to clip it, and I'm going to collect it at the end of the season when the Warriors are top 4.
I'd actually say this now. I think they are a stretch to make the top 8. I really do.
Oh, here we go. After two games, you're now saying not even top 8.
I'm not saying they're not. I'm saying it's got to be a stretch. They're going to have to push to really get into the 8.
I said at the start of the season. You've got to win 14
games, right?
Yeah, I said at the
So they're going to go 14-8.
I said at the start of the season, making the 8 would be a triumph.
It is a triumph.
I said that right at the start of the season.
I'm not saying you haven't.
I said go back to back and make the finals 2 years in a row.
Silly, barbaric Warriors fans who sit there and say they're a grand final team, shut up.
Great teams would have won that game on the weekend, and that's Melbourne.